As a young graduate from secondary school, I just finished my WAEC, and I also did JAM. I got admission to the then University of Ife. I guess it's called Femi Awolowo University now. But even though I was living less than 2 hours away in Ogun State, I'm from Ogun State, so close to, in a village close to Ijebu-Ode. But can you believe this? I couldn't afford to even get myself a transport fare to go to collect my results from University of Ife, 2 hours away. So we were so poor, even for me to give my WAEC was a problem, where it was a relative that heard that I was not being permitted to the exam hall because I didn't pay for the WAEC form that just, came from nowhere and settled the 50 naira fee that was needed to pay for my exams. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even given the exam. So this was the situation when I was going through newspaper. Those days, you could just go through any newspaper and see advertisements of scholarships. So I was going through, I knew that there were opportunities in newspapers. So I knew that was my only chance. So every time I had an opportunity to lay my hand on newspapers, I would look for scholarships. And voila, I got one advertisement and I applied. And there were a lot of people, applying for this scholarship. For one place, we had 1,000 people. So we had 300,000 applications. They were only going to take 300 students for scholarship. So this is how I got my luck in life. And I got a scholarship to study in the former Soviet Union.
Dr. Adelaja, your story has been very inspiring to a lot of young people across the world. I would like you to talk about what do you think is responsible or the secret of your success. You are pastoring at a point in Ukraine before the war broke out, an all-white church, about 90 or 99% all-white. What will you attribute your success to, and what has been the secret over the years?
When I was growing up in my village, I used to curse and hate on my grandmother because I didn't know my father. I've never met him. And my mother, I didn't know her till I was a teenager because she had brought me back from her previous husband and dropped me with that mother and remarried. So she was married, and I was growing up with my grandmother. And she used to take me to the bush to get some firewood and then, get it arranged, put it on my head, from Idomila, which was my village, to Ijebu-Ode in the morning before going to school. And then after school, the first thing was to go and fetch other set of firewood. And this was in hot sun, scorching sun of Ijebu. And so I used to curse her that, my God, why am I so unlucky in life? And why is life so difficult for me? But when I got to Russia, and my professor told me that I would never speak Russian language because without that, you would not be able to go into the university. You have to learn the Russian language 1 year before you go into the university. And he said, because I came late and I couldn't catch up with the class, he said, you will never speak this language. And I said, no, God will help me. He said, I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. And I tell you, as your professor, you will never speak this language. If you ever do, I will become a believer. And so I said, okay, what will I do now? And I remembered that my sister had shared with me a scripture that in the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 13, that says that you shall be the head and not the tail. You shall be first and not last. And I said, okay, so God has given me this promise. So what do I do now? So I vowed to God that I would do my best from today. I will work hard like I never worked hard before. And I said, after classes, I will not go to my dormitory, to my hostel. I will be going to the library. So from that day, we spent 7 hours or 6 in classes. After that 7 hours in classes, I normally will just go and take a lunch for 30 minutes, then go to the library. I will be in the library for the next 6 hours. And I did that for the next 7 years when I was in the university till I finished my master's. So I will always stay in the library. I would resist the temptation of going out. From Monday to Friday, I will spend 6 hours every day in the library. And then I became the best student of that university in their history, in their 25 years of history at that point. Why? Because of hard work. So I believed God, but I also worked hard. I think hard work is actually the womb of every success. Everything in Idomela, this studying in Europe in their library was like aircon. So much comfort. I've never seen this kind of comfort, even in the library or classrooms. I said, if I could survive it under the scorching sun of Africa, if I could survive it without 3 square meal, if I could survive it eating only eba and gari in all my life, this one with all this comfort. So I always refer back to my pain. My pain of the past propelled me. I will always remember that pain. And I say, I will never go back to that pain. So that pain that I endured made me to endure the lesser pain. So the greater pain of poverty, the greater pain of depravity that I had back in Africa propelled me to work hard so much that even as much as I worked, it was not as serious as the pain I was going through in Africa. So I think I'm saying that just to encourage my people back out at home who are going through poverty or pain or lack of different things, scarcity, that their pain could be the greatest secret of their success in life.